You are listening to Jenny Clark on Awakened Souls. It's always about timing. If it's too soon, no one understands. If it's too late, everyone's forgotten. Anna Wintour. You are listening to Jenny Clark at Awakened Souls on Spotify or wherever you're listening to my podcasts. Every week we will bring you stories, conspiracy theories and pearls of spiritual wisdom. We will talk about ghosts and hauntings, shamanic teachings, crystal healing, angels and demons, tarot and the occult, aliens and starseeds. We will also talk about empaths. If there is anything you want to share or want us to cover, do DM me on Awakened Souls at anchor.fm or on Jenny Clark's blog on WordPress. In today's podcast, we are talking about hashtags, empaths, and feelings. For this podcast, sources used were LinkedIn, Instagram, Global Citizens, and Live Your Dream. Hashtags have tremendous power. They are an effective way to filter through the chaos of social media. But then they can also take on a life of their own, becoming catchwords that incite social movements. Meet Chris Messina, the self-proclaimed godfather of the hashtag movement. On August 23, 2007, Chris posted the very first hashtag on Twitter, quote, "How do you feel about using hashtag pound for groups?" unquote. Another equally well-known hashtag, binders full of women, began when Mitt Romney famously said in a 2012 debate that his staffers, quote, "brought me binders full of women," unquote, and Twitter history was made. Hashtag binders full of women began trending on the website almost instantly, with users sharing both sarcasm and criticism over the lack of women in politics and beyond. Hashtag masculinity so fragile was first tweeted by UK writer Anthony Williams in 2013. It received a ripple of excited attention when it began trending on Twitter 2 years later in September 2015. Humorously challenging the societal norms restraining what it means to be a man, the hashtag encouraged men and women alike to highlight some of the most ridiculous ways in which society asserts these norms. In the summer of 2020, women across the world witnessed another hot new hashtag called hashtag challenge accepted. The gist of this challenge was to post a black and white photo of yourself and then challenge other women whom you want to uplift to do the same. I myself received this. But the challenge originated in Turkey to create awareness about the high rate of femicide in that country. Global Citizen says Pinar Gultekin, a 27-year-old Turkish woman, went missing and was later found dead on July 21st, 2020 in the city of Mughla. After Gultekin allegedly rejected her boyfriend Kemal Metin's advances, he choked her to death, burned her body in an oil barrel and tried to conceal it in the woods. The killing marked the 50th murder of women in Turkey in 2020 alone, and it sparked such an outrage everywhere. However, the real hashtag story was lost by the time it reached distant shores. Moving on to the next hashtag, the hashtag Believe Women was coined in September 2018 as a display of solidarity with survivors of sexual assault during the Kavanaugh Ford hearing, a political declaration that challenged societal's default skepticism and judgmental awareness of survivors who talk about their experiences. It also brings to light a long history of women's voices being sidelined, ignored, and dismissed. This surely calls for more empathy. Hashtag believe women. Now we come to the one that by far got the most flack and sound bites. The Me Too hashtag. But did you know Tarana Burke established the Me Too movement back in 2006 for women? It was regarding the same experiences for women to be united on a safe platform and to feel safe enough to voice their experiences. But it was on the afternoon of October 15th, 2017 when actress Alyssa Milano tweeted, "If you've been sexually harassed or assaulted, write Me Too" as a reply to this tweet. The results were path-breaking. Within 24 hours, her post received over thousands of replies. It got so many comments and retweets and inspired thousands of more posts on social media with women and men from around the world sharing personal stories. Among the celebrities who responded were Lady Gaga, Viola Davis, Javier Munoz, and Yvonne Rachel Wood. Since then, hashtag MeToo has spread across the globe and has crossed racial, economic, and other boundaries. But what many have failed to see is that it equally also covers the voices of both genders, men and women. In Italy, Me Too went on to be called hashtag Quella Volta She. In Turkey, it was hashtag Sende and Lat. Across the Arab states, it was called hashtag Anakaman. In China, it went with hashtag Rice Bunny. In Spain, they went with hashtag Kentalo, and so on and so forth. Let's now talk about hashtag Everyday Sexism, which was coined in April 2015. This hashtag surfaced when author Laura Bates, founder of the Everyday Sexism Project, began encouraging women to share instances of sexism perpetrated against them daily. From microaggressions to blatant misogyny, many women share their experiences of how they are treated differently by men and society as a whole for just being a woman. So the hashtag helped broaden the conversation about sexism to include not just the outrageous behaviors, but also the smallest offenses that are so often being normalized. You see, we live in a culture that is intolerant of emotional pain, no matter what, how, or where it happens. It is assumed that if you have experienced something, you have created your own reality. You are told you choose the event no matter how horrible, and this event was chosen for your personal growth. Quote, for spiritual reasons, unquote. You are asked to believe there are no victims. This kind of advice actually feeds guilt and shame. But really, aren't we allowed to feel and heal by expressing ourselves clearly? Hashtags used for the right purpose bears the mark of promise for victims, survivors, and truth warriors to use their voice and be heard. Carl Jung said, "Betrayal is always experienced as a loss. What we lose may be things we take for granted, but mostly it is our innocence." Yet some of us will still love. Dramatic, deep, Shakespearean, gothic, straight out of the movies and books kind of love. And every now and then we get inspired to write a book Paint a picture, make a movie, sing a song, or enact a scene, and it all stems from that huge, mammoth, beautiful fountain of love. I end this on the note of hashtag love. Oprah Winfrey said, "Lots of people want to ride with you in the limo, but what you want is someone who will take the bus with you when the limo breaks." You are listening to Jenny Clark on Awakened Souls on Spotify or wherever you're listening to my podcasts. Every week we will bring you stories, conspiracy theories, and pearls of spiritual wisdom. If there is anything you want to share or want us to cover, do DM me on Awakened Souls at anchor.fm or Jenny Clark's blog on WordPress. This is Jenny Clark signing off with love yous and angel blessings. Mwas. You are listening to Jenny Clark on Awakened Souls.